guys, my name is Sonia. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to share some tips with you guys on some lessons I learned up until this point in my mid-20s. And sometimes we realize we're not going in the direction we want. Let me start off by saying this. I believe that we have the opportunity to create a fulfilled life. And right now, more than ever, I see how our biggest obstacles are such a great opportunity for us to fuel our biggest breakthroughs. If that's what we choose to believe, of course. So let's jump in. For the first point, I want to talk about making assumptions. You know those times where, we make assumptions about something and realize that assumption was false in the beginning, but we believed in it so much that that belief started to be real. It started to be true. I'll give an example. Imagine you're at work, right, and you have a boss. It go one of two ways. You believe that you're amazing. How you believing that you're amazing contribute to your boss also believing that you're amazing. For example, let's take me. If I feel that I am amazing, I'm going to show up at work with a different vibe. I'm going to be, happy, refreshed. Since my perception is that I'm amazing, I start behaving in ways that make me exceptional. And obviously, my boss will pick up on that and notice these things. She's so enthusiastic. She's so happy. Everyone seems to get along, and performance starts changing drastically. And your boss will think to themselves, wow, she's amazing. It wasn't even something you asked. It's just something that happened, right? Because my thought affected me thinking I'm amazing, made me behave in ways that aligned with that belief. Now take the opposite. This is an example on such a small scale, but if you get the concept and how big it can be, how life-changing it can be, that's my goal for this video. So imagine it's the opposite. You think your boss does not like you at all. Well, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is you're going to think, okay, my boss doesn't like me. Why bother trying? Or, maybe oh yeah, you won't show up as much, or you won't be on time. You're not really speaking with colleagues. You're not really in the environment, and that belief in the beginning that my boss doesn't like me, my boss could have been neutral. In fact, my boss maybe even loved me, adored the life out of me. But the way I'm acting as a result of my thought, my boss will pick that up, right? They're gonna be like, oh, she doesn't show up a lot, she's not really, she never talks to any of her colleagues. Her performance has been going down. And the boss will think, okay, yeah, she's not really that amazing. And the fact wasn't that she believed that, or he or she believed that in the beginning. It was that my thought impacted how I behaved. So basically, I brought that upon myself, right? And we do that all the time. Sorry. And if you think about it, it's kind of crazy how something this small has such a ripple effect. You know what I mean? Imagine how your life would be if you applied this in a way that suits your goals. It would be amazing. Knowing that difference, it's things like this, like these, you may realize you're the person holding yourself back from reaching your goals. But there's something interesting also I realized with this idea is that it strongly works when it comes to our fears. This is not gonna go well. This is not something, whatever it is we're thinking, this thing works really well with that. When we say those things, we increase those chances a lot. Let me just say that. Like, and the funny thing is, this is my limitation, but I believe this like rule doesn't really apply when we want to achieve big things, you know? Because if that was true, then all our affirmations, we'd have everything like all the affirmations we've done, we would attain those things by now. That's something that's a little bit confusing. Like, why has that not happened? Why is it that the negative things seem to like, you know, manifest like immediately? The positive things seem to be lagging, you know? And you're just like, what is going on? Like, everything is reversed. You know what I want, I'm not like, it's not happening, but what I don't want is happening. Like, what's going on here? I've actually experienced that in the past year, and what could be contributing to that experience is if we're in a low point in our lives, we sometimes, if we feel like we're in our lowest point, whether it's like from outside circumstances that like is out of our control, or even internally, whatever it is, you know, stress, depression, you know, something going really wrong in like your external world, puts us in a very negative mindset. Moments like those, we're more prone to negative thinking, obviously, right? Like, it doesn't have to be that way, but it's like that in most cases. I've come to the conclusion that confidence is so important because it means we believe we deserve great things. Like, it's the belief behind the words. And it's because usually, like, you know, like when you feel like you're in like the worst part or the worst place of your life in the moment, things that are just going downhill in some area of your life, and like you notice that everything else also like sinks in with it, you know? And that happens because it happened to me in the past year. So I'm thinking that in those moments, we're so like sure that everything is negative or everything is going wrong. You know, we've in those moments we've convinced ourselves that everything is going wrong, that like any negative thought we have, we literally hold on to that, you know, and strong, like believe that with a lot of strength. But like contrary, when we're like in our lowest place, like the positives, we don't see those things at all. Like, it's harder for us to see the positives in that moment and strongly believe that they exist, you know? Like, you can be in like the worst place in your life, and like whatever thought that's like more positive, like there's hope, you know, something like that, we are easily to dismiss it, you know, unless someone comes up to us and tells us be more positive, you know, or do affirmations. And the reason, and it comes from a good place, but the reason usually in those moments they don't work is because your heart is not in it. Your mind and heart is not in that place. Like, you don't strongly believe that things can work out for you. Like, I didn't believe things can work out for me in those moments. I believe deeply that things weren't working out for me, aren't going to work out. And I apply that to everything in my life. It's okay, but I'm just saying, like, there's good news. Like, we can change our life direction at any moment. Like right now, we can make a choice and choose which direction we want to go. We no longer have to, you know, use our mindset to have experiences that align with our fears. Why not have experiences that align with what we really want and get excited about? Okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video.